Latin nouns are divided into 5 distinct groups called declensions, based on how these nouns end and how these endings change according to their grammar. We group these nouns into these declensions based on the ending of their genitive case. This video covers nouns of the fourth declension, the u-declension, so called because this vowel is thematic. We will discuss only masculine and feminine nouns here. Since we use the genitive case to determine to which declension a noun belongs, you will always see a noun listed with its nominative subject form, and this will be followed by its genitive form, the of form of the noun. Fourth declension nouns always end in a long us in their genitive singular, and this us will tell you that a noun is in the fourth declension. The endings for the fourth declension are us, ui, u, and in the plural, us, ibus, ibus. So let's decline. We'll take our noun manus, manūs, and use the fact that the first form manus is the nominative singular, and the second form manūs is the genitive singular. Then we look at manūs and remove the ending. man is the stem, and we add our endings to this. Ui, u, and in the plural, us, ibus, ibus. Now that we have the full declension, it helps to add translations. The hand, or a hand, since Latin doesn't differentiate between the hand, a hand, or even just hand, although this word can also mean band, as in a group of people. Of the hand, to for the hand as the object of a verb, and the ablative by, with, from, in, on the hand. The plurals go likewise. Let's compare the fourth declension to the third. Okay, good. Now let's drop some vowels. The fourth declension is identical to the third. The fourth declension is the third declension, only with u's instead of e's. So when you learn the fourth, you don't really need to learn too many new things if you already know the third. Latin is a lot of theme and variations, and try to take what you know from one concept and apply it to learning a new one. Most fourth declension nouns are masculine, just like how the second declension masculine nouns can end in us in the nominative singular. And fourth declension, which also ends in a us, tends to be masculine too. There are a few exceptions, but other than manus and domus, you'll rarely come across these words. There are only 4 neuters in the fourth declension, but since their declension endings are different, that's a topic for another video. I brought up domus, and this word has a peculiar declension. It's feminine first, which makes it a bit of an exception for fourths, but it also can have forms in both the fourth and second declension. So this is where the similarity in endings between these two declensions is evident. Okay, so here's the declension for domus. Notice that the singular traditionally has fourth declension endings except for the ablative, while the plural has fourth declension endings except for the accusative. But there are alternate endings that we find in Latin literature, here in parentheses. So the genitive singular for this word can either be domus or domi, the dative domui or domo, and the ablative domu or domo. The genitive plural is either domum or domorum, and the accusative is domos or domus. When in doubt, default to the first form, but know that the second form, the one in parentheses, is found in literature. Many fourth declension nouns are actually verbals, meaning that they are formed from verb stems with the suffix tus, which through assimilation can also be an sus. So cantus, song, comes from cano, to sing. Casus, chance, comes from cado, to fall. And exulatus, exile, comes from exulo, to be in exile. And sometimes our fourth declension word comes from a verb stem that isn't even used anymore, or by analogy, like senatus or consulatus. This last one is as if it is from the non-existent verb consulo. And it's from these verbals that the accusative and ablative supines are formed.